Hello, Carol Smillie here, and it's the day you've all been waiting for. Over the last 9 shows, we've brought you the best of British wedding venues, and today, one will be announced as the winner. So let's remind ourselves of some of those stately homes.
Hi, I'm Craig Davis, General Manager of Addington Palace. Let me show you around. The history of the building really is as rich as it is varied. The main building actually predates the Domesday Book, or the actual site itself. Reputedly, there was even a hunting lodge here where Henry VIII used to have clandestine meetings around Berlin. In more recent times, the main house was built in 1776. So here we are in the magnificent Great Hall, which really is the heartbeat of the house. We can accommodate 60 to 120 in here for a sit-down wedding breakfast. And it is a tremendous room with so many features, a couple of which this beautiful Italian marble fireplace, fantastic chandelier from a chateau in Paris, and the walnut wall panelling, just to mention a few. We're a very personable venue. Our staff are incredibly fastidious. They work very hard with each client, and every client is different. And we're very proud of our reputation, and I think that really does make us the ultimate wedding venue.
My name is Peter Webster. I'm the General Manager. The Ardennassic Hotel was built in 1834. It was built as a private home. It was a private home up until 20 years ago when it was changed to a hotel. This is the dining room. We can seat up to 50 people in here. This is set now, obviously, for our sort of regular customers, but with all the tables taken out. We can put 5 large round tables in here which will seat up to 50 people. Now, Gary is an extremely good chef. The food is always an incredibly important part of any wedding. We find that our couples have chosen the venue not just for the location but for the food. And a lot of attention is put into making sure that they have an absolutely perfect meal as a centrepiece of their wedding day.
We do 30 to 40 weddings a year. We know what works here. We work with the couple very closely. I help them organise. I can have as much involvement as they wish or not as much as they require.
It's very much about making sure that the couple are completely comfortable with one person who knows exactly what they're going to do, exactly what they're going to want, and make sure that it happens.
I'm Daniel Coop. I'm the Director of Business Development here at the Waldorf Hotel. I'd like to start by talking a little bit about the history. I think when you mention the name Waldorf, people associate that with an iconic hotel, with architectural grandeur, with a 5-star service, attention to detail. We've been looking after people in terms of hospitality for the last 100 years. In fact, we just went through our centenary year. We have had very famous people here throughout its history, including people like Noel Coward, Oscar Wilde, and certainly our location close to Covent Garden and Theatreland. We've had lots of West End stars who come in on a regular basis. But we pride ourselves really on giving an individual element, particularly to weddings. We have all denominations of weddings, all sizes, from the traditional to the civil.
Welcome to the beautiful Palm Court. This is the centre magical piece of the Waldorf Hilton Hotel. This is where you can have your beautiful day with the natural daylight which actually goes down during the evening to present quite a magical feel and warmth within this room. As you can see, you can have up to 180 people seated here in this particular room and theme anything from as the crisp white linens to as colourful as you'd like. This particular room has lots of intricate detail. As you can see, the clock fixture and all of the details of the balcony is where the designers for the Titanic actually came here for inspiration. All of this can be part of your magical themed day.
My name is Michael Molyneux. I'm managing partner of Loseley. We have a large number of events. We have something like 130,000 people a year attend. We farm 1,500 acres. We have 200 Jersey cows. We have been here on site as a family for 500 years. The different areas are, first of all, the Great Hall, where the ceremony obviously takes place. There are 80 set out here today, and we can go up to 100. Conversely, we can go down to 50 in this room, and still you feel very relaxed and you don't sort of shake like peas in a pod. This is our 17th century tithe barn, which is laid up today for 80. It can take 120. And in the other half of the room, at the same time, you can have your dance floor. If it's wet, well, then you can have your drinks on the dance floor before the meal. Then at the other end, there is a little bar. So you've got all facilities literally within one room. We do everything we can to make sure that couples don't just have the day they want, but it goes well beyond what they are looking to get from their wedding day. It is important to us because they're giving us the responsibility of producing a sensational day that they'll never forget and they'll never have again.
Good morning, sir, madam. Welcome to Llangoed Hall. Please come through to reception and I'll show you around. Llangoed Hall is unique as a country house hotel. We don't have a reception. From the moment you come down the driveway and you see this imposing building, the next thing as you pull up and apply your handbrake, there will be a member of staff waiting to greet you. From the moment a prospective bride and groom make contact with us, I have my events manager, Lynn Tonkin, will take charge from the moment they make their first email.
My name is Lynn Tonkin. I'm the events manager at Llangoed Hall. I organise all the weddings and events here. Llangoed Hall is an outstanding venue, 23-bedroomed country house owned by the Ashley family.
This is what we use for the bridal suite. As you see, it's a magnificent room, individually decorated with Elan Bach fabrics, one of our sister companies. Set in the south and east wing of the hotel, the windows are the main feature of this room. 4-poster bed, lovely table set, champagne on arrival. It is just a magnificent room.
When you see a 75-year-old lady sitting down halfway through a wedding looking very tired, it's lovely to see a very young member of staff going up to them and asking them whether they'd like a cup of tea. And that's in the middle of everything. You know, when it's chaotic, they still have time for individual guests, which I think makes us special.
Hello and welcome to Stapleford Park.
If you decided to use Stapleford Park for your wedding, we do have a dedicated wedding coordinator on site that can go through all the details with you and make your wedding a memorable day. Stapleford Park Hotel is a 55-bedroomed property. We've got 48 bedrooms that are featured in the main house, and then we also have on site 2 cottages.
Okay, this is one of our suites, the Sanderson suite. It's really difficult to say which one of our rooms is our bridal suite because all of our 55 rooms are individually designed, so it's down to you, the bride and groom, to pick which one you prefer. As you can see, this room is on multiple levels, giving you the chance to view the stunning parkland. This is the bedroom of the suite. This is the hubbub of activity in the morning and is transformed into the most romantic room in the evening. The brides that get married here are brides that want something very special for their wedding day. They want something that they're going to remember forever, like every bride does. And Stapleford Park does that through its grandeur and the service that it offers as well.
Just magnificent. Coming up after the break, the day of reckoning has arrived, where one venue will be crowned Best of British. Join us then. Welcome back. Just moments to go until we announce the winner of the Best of British Wedding Venues. But first, let's remind ourselves of some of the castles that can host your big day.
One chunk of Chillingham does indeed have ancient ghosts, but the curious thing is they're happy ghosts, terribly happy, and I think that that area of the castle, which is a very specific area of the castle, is packed with some spirits who literally do not want to move on because they're so happy here. I live in the castle and I have a due passion for it. The castle has been through the whole of English history, really. It's been taken and vanquished. It's then won. People have trotted out from here to the Crusades. People have trotted out to all the royal households. The kings and queens have been here in every single reign, every single century since the 1100s. And so we really are a bit of old England.
This is the Minstrels' Hall. This is set out as a tea room at the moment because of our regular tourist visitors. It makes a lovely room for a small wedding up to about 40 people, and we have 2 long tables, which makes it really quite intimate. This is the Great Hall. This can seat up to 100 people. This is where we have our wedding ceremonies. A lot of people like to get into this sort of the theme of the castle, getting dressed up sort of in medieval costumes and really take in the history of the castle. It's a lovely room with plenty of atmosphere, and after the ceremony this room then turns around for your reception.
Rather like birds wheel around at the same time and suddenly they move, you don't quite know why, you know. Suddenly all houses were taking to weddings and fighting amongst each other to give a better wedding, and we joined that flock really. And our weddings, they're very, very different from other people's because some people, I think we're ghastly because we don't have the Holiday Inn feel. We don't have the gym and the sauna. But other people love us because we're a sort of chunk of history and something a bit different. But there's a price for everything, and if it's a nasty rainy day, we're not the ideal. But if we're a lovely day, it's as perfect as can be. And I love people coming here because when they come here for weddings, they come back for their remembrances and they send their friends here, and all that's very happy for us.
Hi, my name's Sophie. I'm one of the event managers here at Dine at Allerton Castle, and I'd like to show you around. Well, the castle itself dates back to the 17th century when it was first built and owned by the Sturton family, Seagrave and Mowbray. It's had various uses over the years. It was used in World War II as a Canadian Air Force base and then was bought 26 years ago by the current owner, who has restored it to its former glory from when it was first built. There's been a lot of restoration work gone into the castle, and they take the most incredible care over every room throughout and in between each wedding and event that we do as well. So really lends itself to lots of different kinds of weddings. We've had a lot of themed weddings. There's a very Gothic side to the castle, but also that lends itself to the medieval as well. So we've got an upcoming wedding in October who are having 10-foot wizards outside during their drinks reception, but a lot of traditional as well. We did a wedding a few weeks ago who went very traditional. They had a Scottish and Irish theme to the wedding, but quite nice in Yorkshire, where it all began for them both, where they first met. And they kept a very traditional theme. We had a piper who piped them down the staircase for their entrance to their guests. And then later on, the ballroom was all set with cut crystal glassware for them. Looked absolutely stunning and really reflected in the light in the ballroom there as well. We do about 80 weddings a year here at the castle. And they really range from sort of slightly smaller weddings, between 60 and 80, up to 120, which is the biggest wedding that we can do. So this would be the bride's entrance for the ceremony. Absolutely fantastic. And if you can imagine, this is the first time that your guests get to stand up, turn around and see you walking down the stairs in your dress. Looks absolutely beautiful, and just nothing like it nearby either. Beautiful, beautiful room here for the ceremony. Naturally decorated with the oak panelling, we've got the rosewood elephant behind me and a beautiful fireplace that's lit all year round. So many different things that you can do with flowers here in the Great Hall as well. We've got pew ends and the staircase decorated today with a beautiful arrangements at the front there as well. We can seat up to 120 guests here in the Great Hall for the ceremony. And it's a beautiful room, almost quite church-like in itself for those who want to have the civil ceremony without the religious aspect. Just looks absolutely stunning when it's all set up in here. The venue works so well, so many different photo opportunities. It's exclusive for the couple who get married here, so you've got nobody else around on the day. You, your family, your friends. So many different places to go, and so adaptable as well to how they want it, and whether they want to go all out and keeping the theme of the castle, or to keep it quite simple and let the castle speak for itself.
Talk about a fairy tale wedding. Wouldn't you just love that, girls? But if your budget doesn't quite stretch to that, here's some of the more intimate venues that can host your big day. There's also some fun things you'd probably never even thought of.
The house is actually called Blackbrook House, and we've actually named the venue Blackbrook House, which we felt was the most appropriate thing to do with the property. It was built sort of like in the early 1850s for quite a wealthy family, but they never actually lived in it, and we bought it in 2001, and sort of by accident it's become a wedding venue. Right, this is our front reception hall where we welcome people when they first arrive. We've got two nice reception rooms off either side of the main hall, and we've also got the table plan which we set up, which is just underneath the arches, so that people can see where they're going to be sitting and who they're sitting with for their meal. And then we sort of like welcome people through for dinner, take them through into the main dining room, and at that stage we hopefully hear a lot of wows, so that we know that we've done our job well. We would only ever do one wedding a day, and it's totally exclusive use, so there's no other people in the building at all apart from the team that are actually servicing the guests. So from that point of view, it's very, very private and very individual for everybody. What we've actually got here is our terrace room. This is the room that surprises everybody with a house, because you don't really realise that it's going to be this big, which is lovely because it can actually take up to 140 guests. It's such a flexible room, it's great. We've got dividing doors, so that if there's a smaller wedding, they can actually slide the doors across, and the room doesn't feel too big for the amount of people that are in it. When you walk into the room, what we try and aim to do is make everybody just walk in and say, wow, that is absolutely gorgeous. And it's all in the attention to detail of getting it right and making sure that we've achieved what we set out to do in the first place.
Hello and welcome to the HAC. I'm Diane Waldron, Head of Marketing and Events here, and I'd like to take you inside and show you around. This is the long room, the core of Armoury House, a room full of history and tradition, and this is where we do the majority of our wedding receptions and civil ceremonies. We can seat up to 150 on round tables in this room, or 120 for dinner and dancing without having to move any tables. It's also licensed for up to 120 for a civil ceremony. All around us you can see the rich history of the HAC, which has been here on these grounds since 1641. We have portraits all around the room, Her Majesty the Queen and other Captain Generals of the company. You can see up to my right we have a beautiful minstrels gallery where you can have musicians playing during the wedding ceremony or during the dinner itself. You can also have candles in here to get a wonderful atmosphere, and you can have disco or a band in here for dancing after dinner. It really is a very atmospheric room that looks wonderful when it's all set up with silver and flowers, beautiful tablecloths, chair covers, and it really gets a magnificent ambiance for your wedding reception. We genuinely are unique. And yet you've got this wonderful blend of the historic part of the house, the modern part of the house. We have something to offer everybody. And for that reason, I think that the HAC is the obvious choice for a wonderful, memorable wedding reception in the City of London.
I'm Sharon Parker.
I'm David Parker.
And we are a husband and wife team who run Boscundle Manor in St Austell, Cornwall. Anybody planning a wedding would generally look at websites of possible venues. We have a very good website and we have over 250 of David's photographs on there. They then call us and we arrange to have a meeting and show people around Boscundle Manor and hear their ideas and make sure that we listen carefully to be able to deliver that on the day.
I think one of the unique things that we have at Boscundle Manor is we've just only got 14 rooms, so we're able to accommodate the core of a wedding party here over 2 days, or as we have today, 3 days. And the wedding party are able to take us on an exclusive use basis. There's nobody else here but a wedding party. It's fantastic.
This is our Charlotte suite and this is one of our honeymoon rooms, and most couples like this. It's ultra modern, as you can see, because it's not part of the manor house, and as it's a standalone room, people quite like it because it's in the garden, it's very romantic. So this is the Charlotte suite. We have a lovely treatment room which is called Cento, which means the beginning of the journey. We offer treatments for ladies and gentlemen, and quite often people coming for weddings do want those little extras. They of course want pedicures and manicures and massages to help with relaxation.
Sharon is genuinely a born organiser. She makes things happen. Nothing is left to chance, absolutely nothing. Also, we have some fabulous grounds here that we're able to take lots of lovely pictures with, and also the fact that we don't have particularly big rooms. There's lots of areas where people can feel comfortable in, they can go crazy in, they can populate the bar. It suits most people.
So this is it. 27 venues, but only one winner. The results from our website are in, and the best British wedding venue of 2009 is Llangoed Hall.
I'm delighted that Llangoed Hall has been voted the best of British wedding venues in the UK. It's an amazing accolade, and I'd like to thank our customers, both past and present, who've taken the opportunity to log on to weddingtv.com and cast their votes. To have beaten 26 other stunning locations across the UK is a wonderful reflection on Llangoed Hall and every member of staff that works here. This award would not have been possible without their dedication and hard work. First impressions count, and not only do we have a breathtaking property, but from the moment our porter welcomes the guests, our aim is to ensure that everything runs to perfection and that the bride and groom have the best day of their lives. Our personal touch and attention to detail is legendary, and we work hard to provide an outstanding wedding service, which we believe, coupled with our beautiful location, has been the key to winning this particular award.
Congratulations. Oh, it's a big decision choosing which venue will host your wedding, but I hope we've helped in some small way. So all that remains for me to do is to wish you the perfect wedding. Bye-bye.